Hey everyone, it's Jason, and these are 5 cruise tips and tricks that aren't often used that can make a huge difference in your cruise. And if you like to save money, stick around to number 5. So number 1, and a lot of people don't realize they've opted into this, is not accepting an auto cabin upgrade. Now you may be going, Jason, I hear upgrade. Why would I not accept this? Because you have no control where that auto upgrade's gonna be. So if you're a light sleeper, or let's say you take a lot of research in where your cabin's gonna be because you wanna be near certain areas or you wanna have less foot traffic, well, you don't have control anymore. And the way you stop this is when you book your cruise, you tell your travel agent or your cruise consultant, if you're booking through the cruise line, please uncheck that. I do not want an auto cabin upgrade. Now, I'm of the belief that a cruise cabin can make or break your cruise. I've had some terrible ones. They're noisy. You don't sleep. So yes, you can have a bad cruise, especially if you have a bad cruise cabin. So that would be my first tip. So number 2, and not enough people take advantage of this, is joining a Facebook or Cruise Critic roll call. Now, we personally like a Facebook roll call, especially because I think more people are interactive on it. So for instance, on the Wonder of the Seas cruise that we have coming up, there's almost 600 members on it. And it's super easy to find. So you go to Facebook, you go into the search, you put your ship and your date, and there's a roll call for you. Now, what I really like too is people are always giving tips and tricks on there. They're talking about the best flights, how they got price drops on their flights, where to stay on their embarkation ports. There's just a ton of information there. Then you always have a couple members that are setting up meet and greets or pub crawls or shot glass exchanges during your cruise. So you get to know people before your cruise, during your cruise, and I've seen roll calls go for months, even years afterwards, where people just continue to talk after their cruise. So have you ever joined a Facebook roll call, and what did you think about them? Let me know. So number 3, and I know I'm gonna hear some feedback on this one, not always using the shore excursions through the cruise line. And I get it, you'll like that guarantee to get back to the ship. We all do. So what has happened is a lot of these third-party companies have heard this and understand it and now offer these guarantees. One case in point would be shoreexcursionsgroup.com. They offer a $1,000 guarantee per person to get you back to the ship. They'll also pay for your hotel, they'll pay for your food and transportation to get you back to the cruise ship at another port. So it's in their best interest to get you back on that cruise ship, and they do. Now, what I also think is interesting is a lot of people don't talk about this. They're using the same shore excursions companies as the cruise lines. There's only so many in these ports, and they're basically using the same ones. And the other thing I really do like is a lot of times they offer more options and they're cheaper. So that is something just to make sure you look at, especially if you're going to a place like Alaska and need to save a little money. Make sure you check out some of the alternatives like shoreexcursionsgroup.com. So number 4, and if you're not doing this, I think you're missing out on one of the best parts of cruising, and that's getting to know your crew members. They can make a huge difference in your cruise. And just showing that you're genuinely interested in them, asking them where they're from, when's the last time they've been home. You start getting them to open up, they'll pull out their phone, start showing you their families. It's really a nice experience. Then they start asking you where you're from, how many cruises you've been on, etc., etc. It's just a really neat interactive thing. And if you're not doing it, I think you're personally missing out on one of the best things about cruising. We really enjoy this. And I'm not saying you should do it because of this, but if you ever have a special request, or maybe it's your anniversary, you might be shocked at how much they go above and beyond to take care of you. So do you have a favorite crew member on any of the ships that you've been on? Personally, for us, we've had Matthew on our last cruise ship on the Celebrity Ascent in Lumine. He was great. And Jana from the Blue on the Celebrity Equinox. Those are the 2 that just pop in my head right away. Let me know who your favorite crew member is. So before I get to number 5, I would ask that you please like this video as it does help the channel grow. Also, consider subscribing as I do daily cruise news shorts and tips and tricks. I also do longer cruise videos on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8 a.m. Thanks so much. So number 5, do you like to save money on your cruise? And of course you do, we all do. So are you using cruisewatch.com? This is similar to Google Flights. You just put your information in and you ask it to email you anytime there's a price drop on a certain category that you have booked. You get that email, and what I do immediately is go to the cruise line website and do a mock booking. I see how much the difference is, screenshot it, send it to my travel agent, boom, price drop. It's happened multiple times. Last year, I did it twice, $1,400 total. This year, I've done it on Alaskan cruise twice, total of $500 in savings in the red hot cruise industry to a place everybody wants to travel to in Alaska, and I've saved a total of $500 from my original booking price. So make sure you're watching your cruise price through cruisewatch.com. Have you ever done this, and how much have you saved? I'd love to hear you in the comments on how much money you've saved using cruisewatch.com. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate the support, and until I talk to you next week, happy cruising.